We're underway now with our first semi-final here in this Premier Pursuit over the 1K, and of course we've got ACCA, DACCA and the Hydra Muds. So both the men and women's crews are well underway and right into their work here, and we've got the ACCA, DACCA crew in the red on the yellow, and the Hydra Muds with the black on the green. They're in boats 1 and 2 respectively, and we're underway, Robbie, and both crews starting to get into their rhythm. As I said, they usually start off fairly quickly to get into that pace and then slow down to a nice rhythm so they can get around this 1K course. And it looks as though the ACCA, DACCA crew's going nicely out there on the far side, and the Hydra Muds coming down. Of course, Hydra Muds, the combined crew from Canberra, the ACT, and the Melbourne University Dragon Boat Club.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. We saw in the last couple of races in the heats, Steve, that the boats, the crews didn't unite as quickly as they could. So we saw that particularly the women's teams really set the pace, and it was a matter of catch me if you can. Whereas in the heats previous to that, we saw quite quickly in the race that both the men's and women's clubs joined together, and they've almost completed the second lap in unison. But once again, I think we'll see this happen in this event here, because particularly with the ACCA, DACCA men are really making some quick water alongside their women's team crew, whereas the other side, if you're looking at the Hydra Muds at the moment, it's a little bit different. The women's and the men have got quite a bit of separation on them, so different sort of tactics. Interesting how it all pans out. The Hydra Muds as a combined crew are working together pretty well, Steve, all things considered, with a mixture, as you said, of the Melbourne University and the Hydra Club from Canberra. We're seeing that the Hydra Muds hit the northern part of the course. There's still quite a bit of a gap there between both crews, whereas the ACCA, DACCA are closing in very quickly, and I think you'll see that pretty well for the remainder of the race that they'll be doing this one together.
And they've done pretty well, the Hydra, Robbie. We talked about this yesterday, but just a little bit about them. They were formed in 2019, so a fairly young club, and they focused on school leavers, uni students and young professionals. They create fun and an inviting culture for all the youth in Canberra. They were formed by Sarah and Michelle, who were coaching a school team in Canberra and wanted to bridge the gap between the school teams and the adult clubs. So, as we said, located down there in the ACT, approximately 60 members, and going well. And they've combined with the Melbourne University Dragon Boat Club, based down there in Melbourne at the Victoria Harbour Docklands, as a number of the Victorian crews are. They've got 40 odd members, 20 females, 20 males, and they've been going since 2018, where they formed a social club under the Melbourne University Sports banner there, and before going to on to affiliate with the Dragon Boat Victoria in 2019. Again, one of the newer clubs, and these two new clubs have combined to be in this cross-border regatta today.
Yeah, we have seen the ACCA, DACCA crews have joined together, Steve, at the northern end of the course, and down at the southern end, or the Wodonga end, you can see that the Hydra Muds, there's still a little bit of space between both crews. ACCA, DACCA really pushing hard now as they're coming down to complete the second lap. And there's the Hydra Muds now just starting to close the gap a little bit. And working hard, and at the moment you would say it is... Give it...
Oh, not much between them here, Robbie.
Very tight call at the moment.
Yep.
Probably the Hydra Mud slight advantage.
And it looks like they're coming up for the bell lap. They've got a lap to go, and here's the Hydra Muds men's crew coming up to the women's. The ACCA DACCA crews combined, and they'll get into this last section of the race.
Good to see other members of the club getting down on the foreshore and yelling plenty of support. As both approach their final bends. At the moment, for mine, it would be the ACCA DACCA crew. Looks like they have a slight advantage as they hit the most southern part of the course. Straighten up with the run home here. The Hydra Muds still just haven't joined in together yet. Working pretty hard. The women's crew are really rattling along there. As you can see, ACCA DACCA crew alongside each other and working very closely in unison there. Great shots from around the corner there we can see from ACCA DACCA now. We're really getting in it, warming into it here now. We're seeing a big run here from the Hydra Muds. They really are starting to close some water here on the ACCA DACCA crew. They're coming up down here in front of us. You see, great shot there. This is going to be a pretty tight call. As they meet. That is such a tight finish. Still working their way here, so this is going to be a great finish.
Yep.
Oh, tight one for mine, Steve. Maybe the Hydra Muds might have made enough ground there in the end to get over the line there first. We will have some timings coming up shortly, but what a great way to start the semi-finals.
Yep, very good racing there, and be interesting to see what the time is. The Melbourne Flames recorded 6:42.59 in their in that heat just before we had that break. So we'll just see what time comes up here.
There we go there. So we, yep. That was from race 7. Now here we go. Here we just got.
There we are, 7:01.86 to ACCA DACCA. Yep.
Yeah, so ACCA DACCA, a 6 second, just over 6 second margin. The first of our semi-finals. I hope you're enjoying